They say some mysteries never die. And in the heart of northern Mexico, one stands in plain sight. For over 8 decades, a mannequin named La Pascualita has stood silently in the window of a small bridal shop, her glassy eyes gazing out at the busy street of Chihuahua. But those who have looked closely swear that she's not made of wax or plastic. They say she's something else entirely. The story begins in March of 1930, when a new figure appeared in the display window of a local bridal store called La Popular. She was breathtaking, a young bride with pale skin, soft brown hair, and eyes that seemed to follow you wherever you moved. Her dress shimmered in the sunlight, a brand new gown from the spring collection. But almost immediately, people noticed something strange. The mannequin's skin had tiny pores. Her fingernails looked perfectly human. And beneath the folds of her gown, faint blue veins were visible on her hands. It was unsettling. Too real. And soon, whispers began to spread through the town. The shop's owner, Pascualita, had recently lost her only daughter, a beautiful young woman who was supposed to be married that very week. Her daughter's life was cut short by the bite of a black widow spider, just days before her wedding. So when locals saw the new mannequin appear, dressed as a bride and bearing an uncanny resemblance to the woman who had just died, they began to talk. Could it be? Had the grieving mother done the unthinkable? Had she embalmed her daughter's body and placed her in the window, forever frozen on the day she was meant to be married? At first, the rumors seemed impossible. But the longer La Pascualita stood there, the harder it was to dismiss. Her skin didn't melt under the Mexican sun. Her eyes gleamed like real glass. And every now and then, someone swore they saw her expression change, her lips curling slightly, her gaze turning just enough to make your heart stop. Shop employees became uneasy. Some refused to be alone with her after dark. And yet, she stayed. Decade after decade. Untouched by time. In interviews, employees over the years have told eerily similar stories. One worker described changing her clothes twice a week and feeling her hands start to tremble the moment she got close. She feels warm, the woman said. Her skin feels real. Soft. There are veins on her legs. Every time I touch her, my hands sweat. Others claim they've heard faint movements in the shop after hours, a rustle of fabric, the creak of the mannequin stand shifting ever so slightly. One night, a security guard swore he saw her reflection blink in the glass. The mannequin became a legend. Locals began leaving flowers and candles outside the window. Some prayed to her, believing she brought good luck in love. Others came just to see the so-called corpse bride for themselves. But as decades passed, questions only deepened. No official record has ever been found confirming whether the mannequin was tested, dissected, or replaced. The owners of the shop, generation after generation, have refused to reveal her true nature. Even today, the shop's current managers avoid discussing it in detail. They simply say, La Pascualita has always been here. Experts who've studied the photographs argue both sides. Some claim her glass eyes and wax-like texture prove she's an expertly crafted mannequin. But others note the level of anatomical precision, the tiny wrinkles in her hands, the visible veins, the moisture in her eyes, and insist no artist from 1930 could have made something so lifelike. And then there's her condition. In Mexico's desert heat, most wax figures would have melted, discolored, or cracked within a few years. But La Pascualita has stood for more than 90 years, with no signs of decay. It defies explanation. Some locals have a different theory. They believe La Pascualita isn't cursed or haunted, but blessed. They say she watches over the brides who visit the store, ensuring their marriages are happy. To this day, some brides from across Mexico travel to Chihuahua just to buy their dresses from La Popular, hoping that the spirit of the mannequin will bring them good fortune. But others aren't so sure. Tourists who visit claim that when they stand in front of her window at night, they can feel something watching back. A presence. A heaviness in the air. The feeling that she's aware, trapped in a body that cannot move, cannot speak, but can still see. And as the years go by, her mystery only grows. Some say she has been replaced by a replica. Others swear it's the same figure, her skin too detailed, her face too perfect to be fake. The truth may never be known. But in the quiet glow of the shop window, as the streets of Chihuahua fall silent, she remains. A bride frozen in time. Her haunting eyes staring endlessly through the glass. Is she a mannequin? A mummy? Or something caught between life and death, forever standing in her wedding gown, waiting for the ceremony that never came? Whatever she is, La Pascualita has become something more than legend. She's a reminder of love, loss, and the human fear of what lies beyond. And perhaps, of how some stories refuse to fade. So the next time you pass a mannequin in a store window, look twice. Because you might just find someone looking back. Music fades to silence. Logo, Phantom Files Hub.